truck's blind spots are: A. Directly behind the body. B. On the immediate left of the cab. C. Both on the immediate left of the cab and directly behind the body. C. Both on the immediate left of the cab and directly behind the body. A truck's blind spots are much larger than a smaller car's blind spots. The driver cannot see your car behind their vehicle, and you can't see what's happening in traffic ahead if you're driving too closely behind the truck. Whether you are driving behind or to the side of the truck, if you can't see the driver's face in their side view mirror, then they can't see you. You may turn right on a solid red light. A. Without first coming to a complete stop. B. Before pedestrians finish using the crosswalk. C. Unless a sign prohibits the turn. C. Unless a sign prohibits the turn. After yielding to any oncoming traffic or crossing pedestrians, a driver may turn right on a solid red light, as long as there are no signs present to prohibit the turn. The maximum posted speed limit should be driven only: A. During the night. B. During the day. C. Under ideal conditions. C. Under ideal conditions. The posted maximum speed limit is the fastest legal speed you can travel on a road under ideal conditions. It is safest to drive at the same speed as surrounding traffic, up to the maximum speed limit. Maintaining a safe speed at all times is a responsibility shared by all motorists. This road sign means: A. Pedestrian crossing. B. School crossing. C. Jogging trail. A. Pedestrian crossing. Warning signs provide notice to road users of a situation that might not be readily apparent and are usually yellow with black markings. This sign tells drivers to be alert to crossing pedestrians.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
When in a vehicle, wear a seat belt. A. On long trips. B. All the time. C. On high-speed highways. B. All the time. Maryland motor vehicle law requires that the driver and the front seat passenger must always wear a seat belt. In addition, any individual under the age of 16 must wear a seat belt or be restrained in a child safety seat, regardless of seating position. To drive defensively, you should: A. Constantly observe your surroundings to all sides. B. Watch only the car in front of you. C. Keep your eyes on your mirrors. A. Constantly observe your surroundings to all sides. To drive defensively, a driver should be constantly aware of their surroundings and be prepared to change speed or road position at any time. To do this, a driver must observe the surroundings on every side of their vehicle. When parking your vehicle on any hill: A. One of your rear wheels should touch the curb. B. Use your parking brake and leave the vehicle in park. C. Your front wheels should be parallel to the road, if there is no curb. B. Use your parking brake and leave the vehicle in park. When parking on a hill, you should always leave your vehicle in gear or in the park position. If there is no curb, you should turn your front wheels so that the vehicle will roll away from the center of the road if the brakes fail. If there is a curb, the front wheels should be turned toward it, if headed downhill, or away from and gently touching it, if headed uphill. If you miss your exit on the freeway, you should not A. Continue on the freeway and find an alternate route to your destination. B. Proceed to the next exit, leave the freeway, and return to your proper exit. C. Back up on the road or shoulder. C. Back up on the road or shoulder. If you miss your turn or exit, do not back up in the travel lane or on the shoulder. Continue to drive to the next exit or crossroad. Drivers do not expect a vehicle to be backing toward them on the roadway, and doing so will likely cause a collision. Who is required by law to wear a seat belt while in a moving vehicle? A. All occupants. B. Only the driver. C. Only occupants under the age of 18. A. All occupants. In Maryland, all occupants of a moving vehicle are required by law to use properly fastened seat belts. If a passenger is under the age of 16 and is not wearing a seat belt, the driver will be fined. A red arrow pointing to the right on a traffic light means you may A. Turn in that direction after slowing and checking for traffic. B. Not turn in that direction until the light turns green. C. Turn in that direction after you come to a complete stop. B. Not turn in that direction until the light turns green. A red arrow means, stop. You must remain stopped until a green light or green arrow appears. Do not turn against a red arrow. When being passed by another vehicle. A. Brake hard. B. Maintain a constant speed. C. Speed up. B. Maintain a constant speed. When being passed, you must yield to the passing vehicle and not increase your speed. Allow the vehicle to safely merge back into your lane. Maryland drivers are required to drive at a speed that is A. Reasonable and prudent. B. Fast and furious. C. Steady and strong. A. Reasonable and prudent. According to the Maryland vehicle law, drivers must only operate their vehicles at a speed that is reasonable and prudent. This means that although a driver should never drive faster than the maximum posted speed limit, they should drive more slowly than the posted speed limit any time conditions require it. This sign means A. You should stop for other traffic. B. Traffic is entering from another road and you should allow additional space for drivers to merge safely into the flow of traffic. C. Traffic is entering from another road and you should keep right. B. Traffic is entering from another road and you should allow additional space for drivers to merge safely into the flow of traffic. This sign alerts you to the possibility of traffic merging into the main stream of travel. After checking to your side and rear, you should move into another lane, if possible, to allow merging motorists a clear path. When using a deceleration lane to exit a roadway. A. Do not use your turn signal until the vehicle has moved into the deceleration lane. B. Do not follow the posted warning speeds unless the roadway is slippery. C. Do not slow down until your vehicle has moved into the deceleration lane. C. Do not slow down until your vehicle has moved into the deceleration lane. Start slowing down as soon as you enter the deceleration lane and continue slowing until you are driving at the posted advisory speed for the ramp. Before entering the ramp, maintain a safe speed and do not interrupt the flow of traffic by decelerating. Any amount of alcohol in the blood may affect a driver's A. Right-of-way privileges. B. Judgment and physical coordination. C. Knowledge. B. Judgment and physical coordination. A driver's ability to safely operate a vehicle may be impaired at any BAC level, even a level lower than the legal limit. Any amount of alcohol can affect one's judgment and physical coordination. Driving under the influence of even a small amount of alcohol can lead to criminal charges. When a school bus is stopped on the road ahead to load or unload children, you must A. Come to a complete stop until all the children have left the bus. B. Come to a complete stop until the red lights stop flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. C. Change lanes, drive slowly, and pass the bus cautiously. B. Come to a complete stop until the red lights stop flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. When a school bus is stopped on the road ahead with its lights flashing and its stop arm extended, you must come to a complete stop and wait to proceed until the lights have stopped flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. Even after the bus begins to move again, do not proceed until you are sure there are no children crossing the road ahead of you. You can help prevent road rage by A. Honking your horn frequently. B. Driving closely to the vehicle in front of you. C. Starting your trip early. C. Starting your trip early. Road rage can be caused by stress, rushing, and unexpected delays. To help prevent stress and the need to rush while driving, begin your trip earlier than you think is needed in order to allow yourself time for unexpected delays. This sign means A. No U-turn. B. Traffic signal ahead. C. Railroad ahead. A. No U-turn. This sign indicates that U-turns are prohibited. To avoid traction loss on wet roads, you should A. Make abrupt turns. B. Apply the brakes firmly. C. Slow down. C. Slow down. To prevent hydroplaning, lower your speed in response to wet roads and keep your tires in good condition. If you detect a loss of control, take your foot off the gas, do not apply the brakes, maintain the direction of the vehicle, and allow the vehicle to slow to a manageable speed. When driving in fog, it is best to drive with A. High beam headlights. B. Low beam headlights. C. Four-way flashers. B. Low beam headlights. Use your low beam headlights when driving in fog, rain, or snow. High beam lights can reflect off the weather conditions, lowering visibility even more. This sign means A. Do not enter. B. Stop ahead. C. Roadwork or maintenance is present. C. Roadwork or maintenance is present. Orange, diamond-shaped signs are used to mark construction, maintenance, survey, and utility work areas. These signs help direct drivers and pedestrians safely through dangerous zones. Fines for traffic convictions may double in areas marked by these signs. When preparing to make a left turn from a two-way street, you should drive A. Near the right-hand side of the road. B. Near the center line. C. On the left of the center line. B. Near the center line. When you are turning left from a two-way street, Begin in the lane closest to the centerline and start your turn just before the front of your car reaches the center of the intersection. Do not cut the corner. Steering hand over hand. Turn into the first available legal lane. If you see a pedestrian using a guide dog or carrying a white cane. A. The pedestrian must yield the right of way. B. You must yield the right of way. C. Honk your horn to let them know you are there. B. You must yield the right of way. Blind or partially blind pedestrians may carry a white cane or use the assistance of a guide dog. You must yield the right of way to a pedestrian with a guide dog or a white cane. You can help keep the driver behind you a safe distance away from your vehicle by A. Driving 10 miles per hour faster than the car behind you. B. Driving 10 miles per hour slower than the car behind you. C. Maintaining a steady speed. C. Maintaining a steady speed. It is not always easy to maintain a safe distance behind your vehicle. However, you can help keep the driver behind you a safe distance away from your vehicle by maintaining a steady speed and signaling turns, lane changes, and deceleration in advance. This sign indicates a. Railroad crossing. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. No passing zone. A. Railroad crossing. Yellow signs with black markings are used to warn drivers about upcoming hazards or special conditions. Round signs are used only to warn about upcoming railroad crossings.